What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Nerds Be Like Toy Reviews. I am Monkey D. Bishop, aka The Bishop. We'll be looking at all these different toys that I've purchased. I've just accumulated so much in preparation for doing these videos. So I'm really excited to get this started. So we're starting off with Marvel Legends. More specifically, Marvel Legends MCU Eternals. Reason being, they went on clearance, so I was able to buy them all, boy. That's not, too much of a good thing, but it is a good thing because I want to use them to work on entering the world of customizing Marvel Legends. That's why I bought so many. And with you all who are already doing the, customizing them and everything, you've given me so many ideas and you just shown me that it's possible. The closest I've seen, growing up, was my uncle cutting a white t-shirt, making Hulk a ripped shirt. And it was Gray Hulk from Toy Biz, one of the earlier series. Just thinking back, I'm like, man, that's crazy. People were going beyond just, cutting up some clothes. They were actually making items and clothes, and not cloth clothes, but using the little clay stuff to mesh onto them, changing their whole outfit, repaints and all. It's crazy. I'm here for it. So we're gonna get into these MCU figures. I do collect MCU figures because I enjoy the movies and the shows. I do have to confirm everyone's hatred towards MCU figures. I don't like that they don't actually give them body. A lot of the figures, especially the female figures, looked meshed and unrealistic. This is an actual woman. Her body did not look like that in the movie. This is an actual man. He didn't look like that in the movie. They kind of go overboard with the lack of realism. Yes, they have on the suit and stuff, but there's a body under the suit, so why not do like they did in the movie and adapt? But anyway, I can't speak for everybody, but I did hear a few people say that was one of their main, reasons why they didn't collect them, because they just don't like how messy they look. And so I agree with that. I don't want to make this video longer than it needs to be. Let's look at these MCU Eternals figures. Let's go. All right, so the first figure from the Eternals we're gonna look at is this one right here, which does not come with the Build-A-Figure, but is a standalone, and it is Ajak, the leader of the Eternals. So we're going to read the back of this box here. The spiritual leader of the Eternals, Ajak can heal others and is able to communicate with the Celestials. All right, if you remember, the Celestials are the ones who created the Eternals, as well as their enemy, the Deviants. All right, just looking in the box, you see we have 2 open hands and an extra head without the crown. So let's get to it. All right, and here is Ajak outside of the box. Okay, and this character is played by Salma Hayek. And I don't know if you all have seen her interview with Jimmy Kimmel. She was not happy with this figure.
Well, it all paid off because now not only are you in a Marvel movie, you have action figures, and action figures are really the sign that you've made it. Salma, your figure has a spare head.
No, come on, I'm creepy there. Come on. Can I ask you something?
Yes,
Give me this.
Yes.
Give me this.
Yeah,
look at it, okay? Am I like this?
No.
Am I like this?
No.
No.
No, this head, look, maybe that's why they put an extra head.
I was gonna be like, you're exaggerating, and then I was like, no, you have E.T. head.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then there's this strange coat. Don't get me started with
Yeah. Well,
And so she was not happy with that. What I ended up having to do to make her look a lot more natural was I had to push her upper torso back in order for it to look more natural. But what that does is it puts a huge space between her hair. You see? Yeah, I didn't like that. But anyway, looking further at the figure, One thing that I did notice with watching other people do reviews are the joints. A lot of people, especially those who customize figures, look at the joints of them and whether you can see the joints or not. It looks like with the Eternals, we won't be able to see the joint, the connectors, because they wanted to make them look a lot more clean, a lot more uniform. That's just my assumption. Obviously I'm not too sure, why, but that's just my assumption. It makes them look a lot smoother, with them being connected. And I do like, the posability, I guess, if that's the word. Now, concerning what she's wearing, I hate this cape. I hate it so much. It's probably actually a part of her, outfit from the movie or whatever, but I hate it. I also hate the lack of imagination when it comes to the back of this figure. I'm not too proud of it. It looked like a lot of the detail was done on the front and the back was just left. So you see how far I have to push it back with that little opening right there. But yeah. Another thing that kind of weirded me out was more so the hands. It's like tiny hands. I'm like, they don't look like they really go with this body. If they were probably a scale, just a slight scale higher, that would be better. But yeah, but like I said, I like the posability. Even with her clothing being stiff, they kind of left the sides, or I guess the sides open a little more for you to pose her a lot more. I actually, just thinking about it, this figure is interesting, I guess. Now, concerning the face, she does not. When I'm looking at the face, I see Salma Hayek's features, but I do not see Salma Hayek, and I'm not too proud of that. I don't like that. I feel like they could have done a lot better with her face, and they, probably the original when they first, made the I'll say the rough draft of her, it probably looked better, but yeah, this one not too much. But I think it's cool that they have, her without her crown and, her with it. I would have liked, actual facial expression with her, having her crown on, maybe being a little more fierce, and, as Marvel Legends usually are. Or actually, I'll say one thing that, comes in to play with having action figures is whether they can stand up on their own. I'm quite proud with this one. It can stand up. It is a little shaky having her stand up by herself. Let's switch out her hands now, but it looked like it was a little shaky with her, standing up by herself. Maybe I'll have to get a stand for her, maybe the other figures. I don't know. Well, we'll see. I was thinking of getting stands anyway, because I was making my own. And for now it's working. It seemed to be the cheaper option at the, when I was first making them. But they're kind of irritating me now. I think I'm being a little too bougie with it, but okay, here's her with her open hands. All right. Okay, I'm not, that's not bad at all. I will say, when I'm thinking about buying toys, when I'm looking at, buying figures or things like that, I'm more so thinking about what's the story that I could tell with this figure? What can I do to, entertain myself with the story, entertain myself with, bringing these toys to life. Not on the Toy Story level, obviously, but as far as just my imagination, so I like to, or when I'm looking at toys, when I'm looking at them in the box, I'm not just thinking of having figures on a shelf. I'm thinking of doing posing and taking pictures and look, even sitting on the floor sometimes and playing around. Like that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, is this figure, can I sit on the floor and have an hour of a good time with these figures? And really, that's why I bought the Eternals, because even though I did not like the movie, the toys look fun to me. And even though, you know, they're MCU toys, so, you know, they're not going to, you know, I guess they're not going to go all out with them. But, I'm going to switch the head. But at least they're fun. Like, at least I can, you know, sit down and, you know, make up a story or make up a new story or whatever. But I will say, like, when I, you know, looked at the comic version of them, of the Eternals, I was so interested. I'm like, why couldn't y'all make these outfits? I'm like, I'm not angry at their uniforms, but I'm like, man, those were dope. And I mean, I guess they might have thought like it looked only, you know, it only looked better in the comic, not too much in the live action film. But I would have liked it. I'm here for it. I'm here for the, you know, if it's a goofy outfit, I'm here for it. If it's not, you know, I like seeing the comics come to life. But yeah, so this is Ajak, and I'm gonna end the video here. Probably do, you know, maybe a video or two with some pictures or something. But I'm gonna end the video here. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Deuces.